Hey there guys, and welcome to another Krozzfyre cast. Now I've got so much to say before this match starts, it's unbelievable. First and foremost, this is my first cast now post-patch, so if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the patch notes, I will give you a little link down here or wherever YouTube goes. Somewhere I'll give you a link. And also, this is part of the patch is the new map, so this is actually going to be Langreskya, the winter version. This map is just to play, it's not really a new map, it's kind of a new old map. It's from Company Heroes 1, but there is two versions of it. There's the spring and the winter, so at least that brings a bit of diversity to the 1v1 map pool. Now this match in particular is actually from the Langreskya tournament 1v1 being hosted by the guys over at co2.org. So because it's a tournament format, that means that there are no bulletins allowed whatsoever, but there are commanders. All commanders are allowed, so even if you have any downloaded, additional collector's edition, those kind of commanders are all open. And the last and final point before I get this match underway, because this is a tournament, mirrors are allowed. So because it's the best of one, and if you don't get to choose your own faction, this is the only way to keep it fair. So it's going to be interesting. I've not really watched that many mirror matches. Let's get this shindig on the way and get the ball rolling. So, introducing the austere player, Qvazar, and also introducing the austere player, it's going to be Budwise. So, it's going to be interesting because it's going to be sort of, obviously with mirror matches, it all comes down to your unit choice and also how you micro, really. So, it's up in the air. I really can't sort of forecast what's going to happen in this game, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch on over to Budwise. I'm going to follow him mainly, simply because I've cast a few games of Qvazar and I want to see Budwise in action, and I know he's a good player, so let's see how it's going on. So, just want to do a quick mention while there's not much action on the go. I'm actually now a caster for game replays, so check out game replays. I probably shouldn't be mixing game replays in co2.org, but I mean, I use them both, and both are great resources. So there we are. Happy birthday, congratulations to me. What else did I need to say? Oh yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to the guys who are actually refereeing this. All General Hell, that's my Polizei Funk, that is Crawler, and also it's Sheriff Glowdog. Those guys, they're sort of like, you know, they're very much backlines, but they're putting in the hours, so it's really appreciative that they'll do this for the community. Just donate their time instead of playing the harder work for you guys. So yeah, bear that in mind. Anyway, Budwise opening up with a Grenadier into an MG, so a fairly normal sort of start. We'll sort of see what his fourth unit will be. And he's decided to cap up on this right-hand side. Now the right-hand side it's got a lot more shot block. It's got a lot more of this cover lying about, the houses and things as well. Whereas up on top, it's a bit more barren. It's a little bit more fieldy and wide open. So this grants a little bit more cover, and does make for some long-range, interesting firefights between forces. He's going to take this forward building with the MG. So not only is it going to grant him some good vision, it'll also give him a bit of security around these points. So we can see that this middle VP is actually in the hands of Qvazar, and it's quite smart getting this because it actually prevents some cutoffs, potential cutoffs anyway. If you don't have that capped up, then this point here, it's actually, I'll show you on the task map. Look, this point here cuts off all the way back here. So it's important that you try and take that point, and then vice versa. If you have this point, it will be connected to this territory from the bottom as well, rather than cut off. There. Anyway, engagement. Let's talk about the engagement. There's an MG set up as well for Qvazar, and he's going to be able to pin these Grenadiers pretty much instantly. Remember, there's no bulletins in this, so there's no insta-suppression bulletins or anything like that. But rightly so, he just has to get right on out of there. There's no chance of him doing anything. All he'd be doing is just eating up damage, as he had no support coming in for him. As his MG is stuck in the building. He's guarding. This is the trouble with when you're having guarding MGs in buildings. The very second you actually move it is when they actually attack. It's always Sod's Law. So a bit of smart barbed wire play attempted to be coming up there, but you decided to cap up instead, which I think is more important at this stage. The MG is opening up on the Grenadiers here. The Grenadiers are in yellow cover, so they won't get suppressed and pinned straight away but they will eventually, and plus receiving fire from these Grenadiers again is not very ideal. So now we see that he's actually pulled out his MG from that building. He's going to move it on up to get a flank on this MG actually. He should be able to get a flank on it. Not quite, but very nearly. And now we can't actually see it either. Now he sees it again. He should change his fire across the queues. As soon as he can, because obviously this is post-patch, as soon as he suppresses and pins this machine gun, it's no longer any good. It's not really doing anything at all. It's not firing on ships. So this guy will be unsuppressed very soon. Good flank coming on from these Grenadiers. But unfortunately, they jump over the building instead of getting into cover. If they just got into cover right there, they'd been safe from the incoming fire of these guys and being able to push out those Pioneers well. But a bunker going down from Qvazar. Mid-game, mid-battle bunker. Oh, Grenadier's very low getting out there. So he's really trying to fortify his position in this middle sector. He's obviously he's connected up. The MG comes out to flank these guys. This MG is now in danger of being flanked himself. In fact, he will be flanked unless he can turn it. Grenadiers running in still against this MG42, just sort of throwing themselves on this point a little bit. I think that he's trying to contest this a little bit heavily, but he's not taking much losses. He's just taking a bit of health damage, which obviously is crucial. It's going to be like a big factor in who's going to be winning the engagement. So a sniper now out. I like this idea. Sniper, another sniper following up. Obviously, there's no Soviet double team snipers to counter him. There's only one sniper. So this is going to be some true Company Heroes 1 style sniper on sniper action potentially. But we'll see how he can, how many kills he can rack up on these guys, and if he can really change the tempo of the pace for him. Because even though the map is kind of 50-50, his cutoff's gone. Because he hasn't got this cutoff, he's now got nothing. None of this. You can see it's all flashing on the minimap, so he needs to vitally take this point back. And it's a bit of a shame. I mean, if he had some sort of like contingency plan, like a space squad to come up and cap this side, at least he wouldn't be destitute like he is now. But you know, it's the heat of the battle. He really needs to. He's obviously sending units up there now, but yeah, it's difficult to commit to both sides, especially as the austere, I find. But this MG now, this bunker is now MG'd up, so this Grenadier squad is going to have no chance to get in the sector. So it's a very smart play by Qvazar. Look, this field of fire is covering all across here, all across the entire point, so no one's going to be able to take that point, well, easily anyway, just say. They can't just charge bodies at it, but this sniper is now going to start poking away at this MG42, which is going to start getting suppressed by this guy, hopefully. Meanwhile, on this side, yeah, again, not it's like I say, it's just a very, very smart bunker position from Qvazar that's really shut down his entire economy. But I mean, unfortunately, he's not microing. I'm not too sure if he can micro bunkers. I think he can, but he should be able to micro across there. Like, okay. So finally, Sib's got his Sib. Sorry, I've been watching Sib stream all day, and he's just gone down. So that's why I'm now casting. But it looks like Budwise's economy is going to start coming back in a little bit, but he needs to connect that back up, because obviously in that time Qvazar just went along and decapped everything and just made a bit of a mess over on that side for him. But having double snipers out, this is a really good threat against any sort of tier 1 that Qvazar can field. With the exception of bunkers, obviously. The bunkers are going to be completely immune to these snipers. But he's at risk now of, do I have to try and get double snipers of my own to counter these and just try and like counter snipe him? That's going to take a lot of time just to save them up and not reveal one. That's not really a smart way of doing it. Going straight to tier 2 is. Going straight to tier 2 and getting out your scout cars would be able to beat these guys. Ooh, they're going very low. Oh, an MG actually going down. And Grenadier's very low as well, so these okay, here we go. You can see he's actually gone for tier 2, but he's gone straight for the flame and half track, but he is going to get this squad. This squad's going to go down. She does have engine damage, but a squad for a squad, if he can recover this MG, then he should technically be up from it, because obviously he can retain the squad that caps it as well. I hear a mortar out from Qvazar now, and that's an okay counter to snipers as well, because the it's very much roll of the dice style. It's very difficult to predict if the mortar's going to be any good, if they're going to do damage to your guys or their guys. But I mean, you know, one lucky hit, and that's 720 manpower down the drain in one hit. So yeah, roll the dice, you know, why not? And here comes the scout car now from Budwise then. So he can upgun this scout car, which he's doing straight away, and this is going to be able to destroy this half track, which is why I was kind of questioning the half track straight off. I mean, yes, it's always good, and you can just go up and sort of take those snipers out straight away, but the scout car is just a little bit more versatile. You know, that said, you can always obviously go into the half track, but I think that scout car at first is a bit safer. But that's my opinion. I'm not the pro here. But okay, a little skirmish now deep into this place, but obviously he's neglected to bear in mind that this guy is still here. Obviously the half track can come along and flank this this bunker if this bunker is undefended. But here we see he has to turn his forces into a full 180, get back on over here and make sure this is fixed, because obviously he's capping up the field down here as well. So double sniper is going to start to pick away on this this squad. They're going to have to do a runner now as soon as they can. Yep, and then the sniper's going to just focus over to this side. He's just down to one man before he gets out. Then he can just focus on this side. As soon as he gets a volley off, he's going to force that squad off as well. So the sniper play is very effective. Very, very, very effective. And like I say, it's if he had a scout car, he wouldn't be in this situation. But because, like I say, the upgun scout car has been revealed, he can't just throw his half track in there because that's a big commitment. Just try and take out the side as he does it. Here comes the half track then. So the flamers just run straight on out. Ooh, risky business. Very risky business. Obviously the scout car is at half HP, but the flamer half track does very, very, very little damage, if any, because it's flamer versus vehicle. The machine gun does not fire like it does when it's unupgraded. So, oof. And you know, if it's just a very interesting dynamic. You know, something I haven't really thought that much about. Like I say, I haven't really thought about mirror matches that much. So there we go. Flame half track is now pushing out against the Grenadiers. Grenadiers should very easily be able to Faust this. Is he going to Faust it? Oh, my dog making noise. Faust comes in. Here comes the scout car. The upgun scout car is going to be able to finish this guy off. He does pop the smoke, but it's not going to be enough. Unless there's an AT gun lying around here in the corner, there's not going to be enough to take out this guy. Rampage started. Mortar half track revealed as well. He could go and chase down the mortar half track, or he could just be settling with the bunker. It's up to him. Panzer Grenadiers encountering Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks. So okay, now he needs to make sure this guy is getting away, which he does. And this Panzer Grenadier squad should take out that Panzer Grenadier squad. Wow, in no time at all. Oof, God, all right. Okay, so nice back and forth, but looks like Budwise is taking the advantage. Obviously, he's still struggling in terms of resources and trying to get his cutoff point back, but getting a couple of squad kills. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's always nice. Snipers, again, very easy able to take care of those. And because they're now pushed off the field, oh, here's his upgun scout car now. Whilst that one's now fixed up. Is that Veterancy 1? But I mean, it'll still be practically the same. But an AT gun out, pack gun, it does miss with his first shot. It's been revealed, smoke goes off, and he slinks away into the background. Ooh, another shot. No, he missed that other shot as well. So, you know, obviously now this area is kind of off limits, but there is a mortar half track about, so this pack is kind of in a bit of a dangerous situation. He just needs a bit of vision on this bunker. There you go. So now the this scout car is going to give him vision, so the pack can start firing on it, and he can start firing it. It'll go down in absolutely no time, be able to take his cutoff. At last, 12 minutes in the game, so he'll have control of his own cutoff, and then put the pressure back onto Qvazar. So, again, look at these snipers. The snipers, even though they haven't got a high amount of kills, 5 and 9, that's actually a lot. Seems they're both very much alive and well. Oh, it's scout car and scout car. He just needs some extra damage. The pack gun could have turned, but didn't have enough time. He's going to chase down it. He's going to pop the smoke. He hits Veterancy 2. Veterancy 2 is definitely going to outwin this. Beat this Veterancy 1 guy because he has the extra duration. He needs to chase a little bit longer, but he doesn't. He scrimps away. Ooh, so close, but it doesn't matter. He didn't need to overextend and lose his bat too needlessly. Here comes a Shrek from the Panzer Grenadiers. Ouch. Now, that's sad because obviously this scout car is still alive. I mean, it's very well played by Qvazar, and he managed to get it out there just nice, well enough. But it's just that, that extra second from Budweiser. If he just pushed forward that extra second, had that one little barrage off, he'd be able to take it out, get well away. There we are. That's the way the game rolls sometimes. Now we see a medic bunker up so that the snipers can heal up, because obviously there's only one guy there. You don't want to lose him straight away. Ooh, this Pioneer had to get out of there. He didn't like having Panzer Shreks fired at him for no reason. It's just a builder, man. But here come the snipers. Now there's only 3 guys left. they should drop a Shrek if he gets one more kill. He doesn't get the kill though, unfortunately. But I mean, as soon as he drops those Shreks or Shreks, these guys will be Budwise will be able to capitalize that straight away. And he's got two Panzergrenadier squads out, but he hasn't actually decided to upgrade either of them, which is smart because he doesn't need to. He used his getting quite low there, but the sniper's going to come and start making up some of that damage. And I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, sorry, because Budwise was able to do all of his soft AT with the scout car alone, he didn't need to go for Panzerschrecks, so that's a huge munitions, it was 2 huge munitions dumps that Qvazar has had in both the half-track going down and in getting those Panzerschrecks, because there's nothing for the Panzerschrecks to fire at, there's no vehicles whatsoever. Qvazar is making him play a long, drawn-out Tier 2 infantry game, obviously with the addition of the scout car, but because he hasn't had much of his own fuel. So he's been able to do that very, very well, and now he's got a fuel income coming in as well. Now we're going to see him sort of push the tempo, and, well, I'd like to say push the tempo. I mean, he has been double capped for a very, very, very long time, so he's down to about 211 points now, so it's still bleeding, and it's getting a little bit... Where is this coming in? Oh. Okay, maybe that's just a scout plane. Ooh, sniping the mortifier needs to get that guy out if he wants to live. Yeah, he does. He gets them both out, and that's fine. The scout plane will reveal them, and obviously they're only in camouflage if they're in cover as well. But capping down up here, and he's decided to displace his force from defending his cutoff point and to launch an offensive onto the left-hand side. So, Panzergrenadiers with Shreks in the building. That's not going to be too much of an issue. And here we go. As soon as he's moved his forces, Qvazar's right on it, and he's going to go and take his cut-off point again. That's... Ooh, did I miss that? Did a building go down? No. Still there. Sounded like a building going down. Anyway, because he's just gone and been able to take this cut-off point, but there's no sort of static defenses around here. There's no defenses really at all. Ooh, rifle nade missing. So, I mean, if Budwise can really push down on the left-hand side and push the... push all of his resources down, then yeah, like I say, Qvazar's only been hanging with him so far. Another upgun scout car, so there's nothing really to deal with that right now. These snipers are in peril. He retreats back to Panzergrenadiers, can at least do some small arms fire against them. With the snipers, if you're in this kind of situation, you can jump in the bunkers. It's, I mean, you're not going to take a huge amount of damage from an upgunned one anyway, but you will start taking damage. There you go, he does jump in the bunker there, look. Oh, but this one's very dangerously low! Oh, good lord! I don't know if he's gonna survive. I don't know, he's pushing for it. I mean, there's other action going on, but I really just want to see how this sniper's gonna... he's trying to get in the cover, look, he's trying to use the cover, he's getting pushed out of it. Oh, and down he goes. Gets veteran C3 now on this scout car. Scout car is pretty badass right now. Panzergrenadier still playing around. Panzergrenadiers trying to chase down the mortar squad on this side, and these Grenadiers are dangerously low against the Panzergrenadiers. He pops smoke trying to get out. He's got no engine damage or anything like that. It's just the Panzergrenadiers trying to run against him. There's the pack shot to silence him, though. Very effective use of that scout car, and it really paid off for him. I mean, at any time, 360 manpower for, what is it? God, I don't even know how much it is. It's about 100 or something? 80. There you are, 80. 80 manpower for 360. 25 fuel doesn't even bother, doesn't even come into it, doesn't even come close. So, a good little flank coming from the Pioneers on the arse of the MG42. MG42 firing against the pack firing against the MG42. Meanwhile, down this VP, we have 2 Grenadiers trying to take on this Panzergrenadiers, now being backed up with Panzergrenadiers of their own, so this Panzergrenadier is going to have to get out. Oh god, it's difficult casting mirror. The MG42 has managed to flank and effectively take these Pioneers out of the game, but it's being flanked again by more Panzergrenadiers, and it's also a sniper on the lurk, the other remaining sniper trying to get revenge for his brother. Quite a lot of damage actually went down in this bunker as well. But it's going to survive, I think. It's going to survive. Panzergrenadiers are able to... well, this bomb VP has now been decapped, and this middle VP is going to be taken over to... Budwise, so for the first time in the game, he'll start actually having a VP drain on Qvazar. There's no 500-0 game v me, mate. Panzergrenadiers, great grenade coming off from Qvazar, forcing off those Panzergrenadiers straight away. Now the sniper is very vulnerable, and he decides to back him out as well. So, okay, that was very, very brief. Took off 1 point. Took off 1 point, alright, so at least you can say it wasn't a 500-0 game. Paka is now going to have to roll out as well, as he is out of position until these guys come up to support him, which they do very effectively. Now good flank coming on as well. If he can pull this off, you see with the right MG positioning, he can really enclose these guys and get a good, brilliant grenade going down. A lot of damage coming in. These Panzer Grenadiers coming in to mop up the remains and try and pick off any kills. Any squads? One squad does go down. Did it go down? Did it go down? No, it didn't go. No, it didn't go down. But that squad went down. All right, okay. So you got the Pioneers, which isn't the best unit he could have killed, but he killed a unit and he killed more troops as well. So happy days. Always chase when you've got a unit like a Panzer Grenadier. Not as good to chase when you've got Grenadiers than LMG-42 because obviously required to be stationary to fire. He's right outside his base now. He's probably going to throw a bundle grenade on top of this MG-42, but he does pick off the gunner first of all, but he's reinforcing straight away from it as well. So there goes the bundle grenade. It's only going to hit one guy though. One guy does go down. That's backing out. Panzer Grenadiers are caught out of position by this MG-42 in the building, a very forward offensive position, and this is the first time now that Budwise has started to take it to Qvazar, and he's done it en masse. Look at this, map control is huge, and like I say, now that the shoot's on the other foot, Qvazar just hasn't been able to amass enough resources, I feel, whilst he had that early advantage, and the snipers played a huge factor into that, and not having the right answer to snipers. I mean, whenever you see snipers on the field, if you don't have an answer for them, they're not going to go away, and they're going to stay the whole game, and that's when they're going to start doing a lot of damage. Alright, so time for me to eat my words. Well, I say he has been able to amass resources. He has, and he's gone for a Brumbar. Very interesting, Qvazar. Like I say, this is post-patch, and now the Qvazar has okay, I don't want to get into the whole theory crafting of how the scatter works on a vehicle, but essentially the sort of the rule of thumb is it's got better accuracy against infantry. It's going to do more blob damage. That's just the too long didn't read version of it. And you can see this huge amount of damage to MG-42, who is also sitting in the fire, so he's not happy. So this is Qvazar coming back and saying, "Look, man, I'm not impressed with you trying to take all my map. I am here to kick your dick because you've got no counter from my Brumbar just as of yet." You do have a Packen somewhere. Packen is rolling up now. But essentially, what happens with this this Brumbar now is technically it's kind of like one shot, one kill. It's not strictly true, but you know, you can pretty much say that it's gonna kill something, or at least do a lot of damage with every shot. That said, with the P4, the P4's had its scatter increased, which means it doesn't do as much, it's not as accurate. It's mainly against retreating troops and things like this. You do notice it a little bit, but not a huge amount. Really not a huge amount. I don't feel anyway, but it's only been a few days. So, P4 is able to chase off the Panzer Grenadiers, and there's also now this Brumbar firing against the Panzer IV tank. Panzer IV should be easy enough to be able to get a flank on this if he allows it, but there should be a Panzer Grenadier coming on. This push right here, it has terrible pathing. Terrible pathing. And it forces your tank to sort of do this little Z shape to come through it, but luckily enough, Budwise didn't capitalize on it by coming around this hedge, and whether that's good sportsmanship or pure bad luck, I'm not too sure. So, in addition to this P4, we've actually got a command tank coming out as well. Now, this is a good choice for the command tank. It obviously gives its aura to the new units, and it does decent splash damage. So these, whilst these Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks are still very dangerous, I feel that he's got a bit more of a fighting armored chance against them. But here comes the bulk of his army now. These Shrek Panzer Grenadiers are hanging about also. This bomb BP is being harassed, but it's going to be denied by the Panzer Grenadiers. Meanwhile, we have this, I'm not too sure what those guys are doing up the top there. But a bit of engagement, a bit of a feeling out sort of process. Whilst this mortar half-track stayed alive all game. It's actually only got 8 kills, which done plenty of damage. The MG-42 is going to pin down these guys, so this flank, yeah, if he can just about get through this deep snow, he's going to be able to evade the flank. Yeah, okay, so he evades it with this guy, but I mean, because he's trudging through deep snow, it's taking a long time. But here comes a little pincer move then from the P4. P4 and the command tank are going to try and take out the Brumbar, but the Packen is also there. He needs to move up his Packen, but is dangerously low on health. Okay, so he adjusts the Packen to try and take out the P4, which is going to be doing more damage to the vehicles. The MG42 does go down to the command tank, but this guy goes down. Okay, plenty of action to try and keep up with then. So the pack gun manages to take out the Panzer IV, which means that, I mean, I very much doubt, I haven't seen a command tank on a Brumbar, funnily enough, because I don't really see many mirror matches, but I would 100% bet on the Brumbar winning that fight. Oh, insta-jib on the mortar half track, so he has had his last laugh. Well, it's not even Panzer Grenadiers, excuse me, it's Grenadiers with Shreks. This guy, he needs to back him out. He needs to try and heal him up because they are very expensive to reinforce. I believe they're 60? 22? Right. Soviets at 60 to reinforce, I think. Something like that. Anyway, something ridiculous. But you need to move this guy back, get him healed up, get him back on the field when he's more effective, because otherwise he's just going to flop straight away. So, boom! 45 munitions in my pocket. Out you go. And he's going to be able to just cap up with this sniper as well, because he's going to be able to have the range to see whatever's coming, unless there's a cheeky flank coming down through here, but I mean, he should still be able to leg it on out of there when he needs to. And a bit of a lull in the action, which is nice, so I can actually breathe. So, Budwise, coming out from an early, I wouldn't want to say base pin, but a very early disadvantage, has now got majority map control and enjoying it immensely. He's also got his command tank out. We can see, I should probably, ooh, Brumbar now making an impression. We actually see he's building up Pack 43 back here, which you can see the range is really much right outside his base, so that's huge, 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 and a smart choice as well. It's going to be able to negate everything, any vehicle really, from attacking this point, assaulting his cutoff point. So, backing on out from there for now, but I mean, as soon as this pack comes up, so we do hear that there's a Panzerwerfer out. Around there somewhere, it's going to land not quite in the best place. Command tank does poke away at the Brumbar. Brumbar is quite low on health now. He does pop the smoke before he gets out, but he's most importantly been able to identify that this AT gun exists. And now hands in the Panzerwerfer, he does have the answer to taking it down, but it will take a couple of shots. Does he have the time? He's going to try and rush it with the Brumbar. I don't think this is a good idea because it does pop up straight away now. The Packen is also here to start and support this. This Brumbar really needs to move out, I think, for Qvazar. I mean, he's not going to be able to take shots from this Pack 43 at all. There you are. The combination of the Pack does go down. Pack 43 is still alive. Command tank very much still alive as well. And he's going to start to force off this infantry. And yeah, that was a poor decision. That he didn't need to charge in there. You know, the Brumbar is obviously a very expensive unit to throw against a Pack 43. And I feel this is now a turning point. So this is, when you look back into games, this is the turning point where he lost it. He should have just been a bit more patient, use his Panzerwerfer, take out the Pack 43, and then chosen to advance or not to advance. And also, I mean, he's throwing forces just trying to take this cutoff point where he needs, there's plenty of ground for him that he could be capping up otherwise. That said, Budwise has been doing a great job of having a presence on both sides of the map, keeping, not only taking his territories, but maintaining them. And that's vital for high-level play. It's all well and good if you send out units to just go cap willy-nilly, but I mean, if you're not defending it whatsoever, then it's going to go straight back in the hands of your opponent. But if you can have ways, you know, leaving that sniper there is just a deterrent for your opponent to go and cap. So I am very happy he's doing that. And the Panzerwerfer is now being found as well by the Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. He's not going to be able to get the last shot off, but very threatening right outside his base. And it's really putting the pressure on Qvazar. This MG42 should go down to the sniper. He's going to try and leg it. Sniper shot does miss. I'm pretty sure he's going to live then. I mean, I don't think the sniper's going to be able to... Nope, sniper's not going to be able to do anything about it. Meanwhile, the command tank has been repaired. And he is floating quite a lot. So I'm not too sure what we're going to see next out of him. Panzer Grenadiers engaged with the unupgraded Panzer Grenadiers. We're all dependent on that grenade there. That grenade hasn't gone off. It hasn't gone in your favor. Move. Just get out because that grenade... Ooh, okay. In that engagement, as soon as the grenade missed, you knew you weren't going to win. There's no chance of you being able to duke it out with Panzerschrecks. Should have got the guy out. But there we go, man. You know, one mistake in the entire game. I'm not going to bitch about that. Packen should go down very easily now to the sniper. Yep, there he goes. We just sit with the little tap assist there from the command tank. Alright, righty dokies. So, I mean, very lucky. No, wait, he lost that guy, sorry. Looking to get this guy out though, back on 1 health, so he's going to be able to repay these guys very easily. I'm just interested in you know, in what he's thinking to go next. I really don't know. I mean, I guess his own Panzerwerfers wouldn't be so bad, but that's a large investment to upgrade. But he does go for another P4, and that's fair. I mean, he's taken out pretty much all of the AT that his opponent has. I believe I'm right in saying that. Let's have a quick little switch over to Qvazar to see what his arms are looking like. His arms are actually looking not that bad at all. It does look... well, it looks like a completely different story, doesn't it, really? I mean, Qvazar does have more advantage, but it's just been a sniper play, I feel. Sniper legging out, so I can't actually see how many kills he's got, but he's had a lot of kills. And he's been... because he just forces those squads out straight away. Obviously, when he had two, one volley meant that the squad had to get out, otherwise it's going to lose. So, mirror matches, guys. Snipers. You heard it here first, and seen it by Budwise. Maybe not first, but definitely one of the pioneers. This pack run, inching its way forward, going to try and poke out this command tank. It's actually been supported by this MG42. Didn't actually notice that. So MG42 is doing a good job pushing these guys out. But we do hear the railway artillery coming in. Let's take off the fog of war for this bad boy. Alright. That pack gun got smashed. Sorry I screamed so loud there, guys. That was sick. Sorry, dog. I didn't mean to wake you. Yeah, so that's the second strike. Third strike coming in. So close to zone troops, and the Panzerwerfer coming in as well, just to add to some small pretty clouds. But this, like I say, this is interesting. Budwise is able to command the map with less units than Qvazar. It's just an interesting dynamic. Like I say, it's almost frustrating to see. I mean, Qvazar's a good player, and he's keeping his troops together, so he should win most engagements. The sniper's cheekily outside of the range of this MG42, and he's supported by the command tank. He is going to have to run out, and he is in deep snow, so yeah, he's going to back out straight away then. I forgot to check his kill count again. But this P4 should... sorry, it was P4, not command tank. P4 should be easy enough to just poke away these guys, force them all away, look. And again, that's another squad that can't cap now. That can't be defending or doing anything useful because he's too busy running home. So it comes to the point now where you can see that Qvazar is actually getting kind of desperate. He really wants to try and snake out these last 80 VPs, because the VP advantage is massively in his favour. Obviously, holding those VPs for the whole game, so he does hold that. It sort of dangles it above Budweiser's head, but Budweiser is just comfortable. That's the only way to describe it. He's not in any pressure. He's not in any dire straits. Just very comfortable. He's now getting another AT gun out, as the old one was destroyed. I missed that. That was probably by artillery, I assume. It's got to be. No one picked up this MG. That's interesting enough. And it is hidden behind the building, granted, but I mean, with that action there, it should have been refreshed that there's an MG42 there and someone could take it. Ooh, okay. P4 says no, bro. No entry. Denied. Shut down. Alt F forward. And down he goes. And no, he's still there bitching, moaning about it, like, oh, my shin. Yeah, man, you just got shot by a tank gun. I'm pretty sure you're pretty wounded. Panzer Grenadier is going to take the front, and it's going to break the stalemate in the BPs. Panzerwerfer coming in, though, he's going to try. Ooh! Takes up the... what did that take out then? What killed 150? What was 150 points? Interesting. I might have just misread that, but the Panzer Grenadiers are able to easy enough to sit through it and take the BP. So the mortar half-track has been replaced. We can tell that. And here comes a little excursion then from the command tank and the P4, supported by the Panzer Grenadiers, who are legging it in there. Very low Grenadier squad. They're going to back out straight away. Don't want to be sniped. Don't want to be taken out by the Panzer Grenadier. And here comes the pack gun again out of position. It's a little sad. But I mean, there's no frontal force. He's got units up here. I didn't see what he had up here, but you know, he's in great danger of losing all these forces here if he's not too careful. Okay, so here's the flank. The flank was Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks, denied by the pack gun. Ooh, pack gun and the MG42 bunker, which is neatly defending the VP. So the Panzer Grenadiers down there were a bit outmatched, and the sniper is going to do a runner as well. So P4 is sitting around near where the... I mean, he can just go and take this motor half track if he wants. But he's going to take out the pack gun first, which is the only thing on the field that's going to be able to do any damage to him, or any real damage to him. And yeah, down it goes quite easily. Obviously, the Panzer... I say that the Panzer Grenadiers should still be healing, I imagine. So now he can just destroy this pack gun. Why not, man? There you go, look, there he goes. Destroys it. Because it's no use to him. And he doesn't want his opponent to have it, because if his opponent has it, well, then he can use it against him. So, always do that with any support weapons. Any support weapons at all. If you don't want it, you don't want to use it, and you don't need it, destroy it. What's lying here? Something's lying there as well. Let's have a look. Oh, another MG42. Okay, so plenty of the... but I mean, there's no half-tracks on the field, so I can see why people... the players are hesitant to go and pick it up just to run your troops right back again, just try and get them back out. So, okay, I mean, it's each their own at the end of the day. This MG42 is well placed and is protecting his own frontal cutoffs. Grenadiers are going to get pinned very shortly as soon as he's reloading. Mortar strike takes out 2. And he legs on out of there. He does have veteran C3 though, so he should be pretty hardy. Okay. Oh! Oh, MG42. Ah, just when I was giving you compliments. Oh. So good. So good. Man, just imagine seeing that in real life, dude. You'd shit your pants. I would anyway. I'm not even afraid to say it. But that takes out that MG42, and that is actually called a good game then. So, what a cast, eh? What a game even. So hats off to both guys there, Budwise and Qvazar. Qvazar is unfortunately knocked out. This is round 3 of the tournament, which is a best of 1. So there is no game 2, there is no game 3. Which means that Budwise does go on to the best of 3 rounds, which is round 4. So congratulations to Budwise, commiserations to Qvazar. Wow, well, I'm sure we're in for a bit of a weekend of gaming here, guys. Stick about and we'll see what comes next. Take it easy.